In this first video, a man from Poland is walking through a secluded forest when he finds an abandoned house. However, there's something about this place that doesn't seem right. Oddly, for some reason, the owners of this house had left most of their stuff behind. It's as if they had left in a hurry. Not sure as to why there were still things inside, the man walks around with caution, thinking that someone might still be there. But as he checks out the place, things take a terrifying turn. Watch closely. Out of nowhere, the house comes alive, things move on their own, and a musical box begins to play by itself. Although we don't know the property owners' names, their pictures can be found throughout the house. But whoever they were, they must have left the place at once for obvious reasons. It's unknown where this house is located, but given what happened in this video, there's no need for an address. Whether actually haunted or not, the setting of this place is creepy alone. But of course, let me know your thoughts on this one. Reddit user Uppers Downers posted videos to the paranormal video subreddit about 3 years ago, showcasing footage captured by a home security camera positioned near their front driveway in the middle of the night. At first, the footage shows nothing unusual, just a quiet, uneventful night on the uploader's street, but things quickly take a turn for the weird. We see the uploader's cat, Gus, walk into frame, and it's here where things get really bizarre. Out of nowhere, Gus can be seen scaling the side of a nearby house in a matter of seconds. And the way it doesn't quite look natural. It's not just fast, it's unnervingly fast, almost as if the footage is glitched or manipulated. And if you take a closer look at the trees just off to the side, you might notice something even stranger. There appears to be something up there, possibly a figure or shape that briefly flickers and disappears from view. The uploader admits that after seeing the footage, they were left feeling creeped out by their own cat and were hoping someone could offer a logical explanation. But as far as the threat goes, no clear answer was ever found. Some people in the comments joked about Gus being possessed or a shapeshifter. Others suggested it might be a glitch in the camera's motion or exposure settings. But even if that's the case, the video still has a surreal, unsettling vibe to it that's hard to shake. So, was this just a cat doing cat things in a weirdly timed sequence? Or did something else mess with the footage? Or with Gus himself? We may never know. But here's hoping the uploader and Gus made peace, and that the little guy is just a bit odd, not otherworldly. Japri is working a late-night shift on ambulance duty as an emergency medical technician. As he's driving the ambulance back to base, something happens that he simply can't explain. Something absolutely terrifying.
So, I'm not sure how to talk about this, but well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and like I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror. Like,
send somebody as soon as you can.
Fuck, I need to turn this engine off though, cause like we're gonna be stranded out here.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Oh, shit.
Hey, thank you.
I'm not trying to go back near this truck. I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like it just flew open. Like, can y'all? Oh, nah, what the? What was that? Can y'all see it? Nah, hell no. That, nah.
As Japri is reaching in to turn off the engine, just off camera, the back door of the ambulance flies open on its own. Japri is shocked and jumps back out, leaving his phone behind. Now, he eventually returns and grabs his phone, but then Jai and his EMT partners see a strange, unexplained shadow darting back and forth inside the ambulance. Jai says he was so shaken up by this encounter that he called his employer to come pick up the ambulance. He says he just took an Uber home. In the middle of the night, a home security camera overlooking a quiet suburban backyard captured something incredibly bizarre. The next morning, the homeowner, Charlene, checked the motion notification, but she wasn't prepared for what was in the footage. At first glance, she thought it was simply her cat that had triggered the camera. That was until another small creature appeared. Her cat stared intently at the fence, clearly focused on something. Moments later, a small black creature lunged toward the cat before chasing it across the yard. The way it moved is incredibly unusual, almost resembling a tiny person rather than an animal. Many viewers in the comments believe Charlene had captured a duende on camera. In folklore, the word duende is often translated as goblin or little elf. Across many traditions, duendes are described as small humanoid beings said to make unexplained noises, move or hide objects, open and close doors, and play tricks on families. Witnesses commonly describe them as standing around 2 to 4 ft tall, with thin, childlike bodies, unusually large eyes, and quick, darting movements. From this description alone, I think I might just be convinced. But what do you think? Italian YouTuber Simone B says his grandmother had been experiencing strange activity inside her home. According to her, the TV would turn on by itself, windows would open on their own, and she would sometimes hear unexplained voices somewhere in the house. Although Simone was skeptical, he agreed to spend the night there while she was away. At first, he wasn't expecting much, but then strange sounds began coming from somewhere inside the home.
Allora, sono a casa di mia nonna. Allora, non so se sentite, praticamente sono a casa di mia nonna da solo e non so se sentite, ci sono un sacco di rumori che vengono da di sopra, qui e lì. Allora, buio pesto. No, vabbè, la luce va. Aspetta, devo mettere.
Simone notices that the upstairs lights are not working. With the house now darker than expected, he grabs a flashlight and slowly heads upstairs to find where the sounds are coming from.
A parte che c'è un gran rumore di vento e mi sto cagando in mano solo per quello. E adesso sembra che ha smesso tutto quanto. Ragazzi, mi sto cagando in mano. Posso aprire la finestra da solo. No, vabbè. No, vabbè.
Even though he is completely alone, Simone hears a window and a closet door opening by themselves. At this point, the things his grandmother had been describing no longer sound so far-fetched, because now they seem to be happening right in front of him.
Io sono terrorizzato, ma proprio nel... notte. Direi che vado via, perché nei film consiglio sempre questa cosa qua. Quindi non sono più stupido. Ti giuro, vi giuro, non riesco neanche a parlare oggi, perché praticamente... No, vabbè, aspetta. Oh no, vabbè, il letto è fatto. Gli sportelli sono aperti. E il letto... cioè prima il letto non era così. Era... non ho la voce, ve lo giuro. Non ho la voce. Ok, no. Ora vado. Mi sembra il caso di proseguire con questa cosa, non so come. Ok, il vaso non era lì. Il vaso non era lì. Questo vaso non era lì. Non era assolutamente lì.
A chandelier begins swinging on its own. Then, just as Simony is about to leave, he hears movement from his grandmother's bedroom. When he checks inside, the bed covers have been neatly arranged, almost as if someone had just made the bed. The cabinet doors are also standing open. Moments later, they move again, and Simony decides he's had enough. But as he turns to leave, a vase is now sitting at the top of the stairs.
Adesso sembra che ha smesso tutto quanto.
Just then, Simony hears more movement coming from the guest bedroom. Despite everything that has already happened, he decides to look inside. Did you see it? For a split second, a dark shadow appears to move towards Simony. As he looks into the room, he panics and runs, deciding not to stay in the house for the rest of the night. Over the next 7 months, Simony and his grandmother began to suspect the activity may have been linked to an old scarf she had won at a church raffle. With his grandmother's permission, Simony says he eventually threw the scarf away, and after that, the strange activity in the house reportedly stopped. Now this next video is pretty short, but it's still nonetheless pretty creepy. It was submitted to me by a viewer who found the video on Instagram. The original source is unknown, but despite lacking any context, the video speaks for itself. A mother is alone at home with her 2 children when strange things start happening. Now, the person who sent this further adds that the mother had been experiencing paranormal occurrences at home ever since moving in. This video is just one of many of those occurrences. It's late at night when the following happens. Watch.
It's just us here, and Henry's at work, and I'm in here in my kitchen chairs out there. And I'm freaking out right now. Ready?
Now, right when the video starts, it's immediately evident that the children are distressed. Something is upsetting them, and we don't know what it is until moments later. The mother walks out cautiously from the safety of her room when a chair abruptly slides over. This was enough to send her running back inside, brimming with immense fear. Not much else is known about what happened afterward, but if one had a guess, it would be that they remained inside the room until the father, who she mentions, returned home. Unfortunately, like most videos, this one remains a mystery. At first glance, everything in these images looks completely normal. A quiet backyard, an empty swimming pool, and just another night like any other. But it only took a few seconds for that security camera to capture something no one expected to see. As we can see, a completely dark figure emerges from the darkness and slowly begins walking toward the pool. At first, it could easily be mistaken for an ordinary person, but as it gets closer, a few things start to stand out. Once it reaches the edge of the pool, the figure places what appear to be its hands on the edge and remains completely still for a few seconds. I have to admit, the first time I watched this video, I actually got the impression that it was trying to drink the water from the pool. But since the image quality isn't the best, it's impossible to say for sure if that's really what was happening. Then comes the strangest part. Instead of simply turning around and walking away, the figure slowly begins backing away, maintaining almost the exact same posture until it disappears back into the darkness. Honestly, what caught my attention the most in this video was the way this figure moves. I don't know about you, but that doesn't look like a very natural way to walk. Of course, I could be completely wrong. The figure is pretty far away, and the camera quality certainly doesn't help, so it's impossible to say with certainty what it was actually doing. Unfortunately, whoever uploaded this video never came back to explain whether they ever found out who or what appeared in that backyard that night. So this ends up being just another one of those cases that will most likely never have a definitive answer. But what about you? What do you think is really appearing in these images? One night, at around 10 p.m., at a discount store in California, Rodney, the store manager, is busy processing some inventory in the stockroom. Rodney is completely alone when something happens that sends chills down his spine.
I want you guys to focus on this area right here, okay? Hold on, let me speed this up a bit. All right, watch. Look, boom, you see that?
Suddenly, for no reason, a box falls from the highest shelf in the storeroom with a loud bang, freaking Rodney out. But as he reviews the store security camera footage to show what happened, he suddenly hears a strange sound coming from somewhere inside the store. He goes to investigate, and this is when things get really creepy.
Is that you? Look, I'm here by myself. Nobody's here. It's just me. See that? Come out! I'm not afraid of you. Is that you? That threw down the box earlier? Come on out! You don't scare me. Come on out! He's trying to mess with me. Oh, shit.
Rodney searches the store to find the source of the strange sound, when suddenly he feels a weird tug on his hair, almost as if something is touching him. He goes to check the store security camera, and his blood runs cold.
Look, there I am, right there. Look, you see that? You see that? Nah, nah.
It looks like something pulled Rodney's hair. Now, Rodney posted his video to show what happened to him, but has chosen to keep his identity and the location of the store a secret.
I didn't want to be labeled this store as the haunted store. So I got you in my store, some crazy things happened, and took some video, and that's about it.
So is this a real paranormal encounter or not? As always, I leave that up to you to decide. According to a Reddit user named GatorCRS, his sister-in-law recently sent him a clip from her home security camera that's left her unsettled ever since she first watched it. She says she was home alone one day, spending time in the kitchen, when the camera outside detected a woman walking past a window and automatically began recording. But she wasn't the only one in the video, as it captured something far more disturbing, something she still can't explain to this day. Through a narrow gap in the blinds, his sister-in-law can be seen moving around inside the kitchen. She stepped into the frame, bent over, then walked away moments later. But as she stepped out of view, something else appeared in the kitchen. A dark silhouette seemed to follow her as she walked away. The shadowy figure stood completely upright, seeming to be staring directly at the woman as it trailed behind her. This doesn't look to simply be her own shadow, and if anything, it looks more like a shadow person. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. If you liked this upload and want to see more creepy videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming uploads. And let me know in the comments which clip you found the most disturbing.